2 years ago, exactly 2 years ago, on the verge of feeling absolutely purposeless, I asked myself this question. Would you like to be busy all day or would you like to be productive all day? And to be fair, this was not the question that changed my life. Even if you don't understand or you have never acknowledged for your entire life up till that point that there's a difference between being busy and in being productive, as soon as someone poses this question in front of you, you are forced to acknowledge that there is a difference. I chose productive, and I think a larger percentage of people would choose being productive. However, what really shook me to my core was the question that I asked next. I asked myself that, okay, I want to be productive. However, is it even possible? Is it even humanly possible to be productive the entire day? The answer that I got was something that completely shifted my perspective towards how I used to look at my work and the results that I used to get out of that work. And literally it doubled my productivity, and I am so glad that I am here at this point to share that with all of you. Let's keep on talking about that secret, that one particular answer that doubled my productivity instantly. The answer was quite simple, because I feel like the answers that strike us the most and answers that change our life the most are actually the simplest ones. But what really changes us, the realization that that answer exists and that answer is applicable to us. I asked myself, is it possible for anyone to be productive all day? And I was struggling with it till I realized that it's actually not possible for anyone to be productive the entire day. It's very easy to be busy, to be preoccupied, to keep on thinking about things, to keep on thinking about the work that we have to do, the errands that we have to run, the people that we have to meet, a gigantic to-do list. But being productive means how much are we able to actually achieve out of that to-do list. And I sat myself down literally after this realization that I actually can't be productive all day. However, whenever I am working, I would rather be productive than busy. A combination of both of these realizations got me my answer. And my answer is that every person has different levels of productivity throughout the day. It's not possible for you to churn out the same amount of work product for the entire, let's say, 8 hours of your workday. So why even aim that? That's why your productivity throughout the day needs to be of varying degrees. Yes, you should never be just busy and not productive during your entire day, but your productivity can vary in magnitude. And hence I came onto this particular find that now is a very, very integral part of every single day when I work. That is called a deep working session. Now, what is a deep working session? Deep working session means that when you are working on a particular thing during that amount of period which you have donated and labeled as a deep working session, you are just working. You are churning out the optimum results. You are doing the most amount of work. Your entire sole focus is on that work. And that's when your productivity is the maximum. And hence, your results are maximum. However, my friend, do not be fooled that just because you can have a deep working session, it's possible for you to have that deep working session for the entire day. That's why it's called a session. It will eliminate itself in a little bit of a time. For you, it could be 2 hours. For me, it could be 1 hour. For somebody else, it could be 3 hours. But we all need to inculcate this one habit to have at least one deep working session in our entire day. Whatever is your most crucial part of your work, whatever is the most important task on your to-do list, whatever is the most complicated task on your to-do list, assign that to your deep working session, where you're not scrolling on Instagram on your phone, where you're not daydreaming, where you're not also answering emails and calls or something or the other related to some other task on your to-do list. You're just giving your sole focus on that. And hence, when you do that, the product is beautiful. that deep working session is only for a small amount of the time of your workday. Whether you're studying, whether you're working, whether you're doing your household chores, it does not matter. And everyone behaves differently in that deep working session. I would like to have that with music plugged in and my room closed, and I am just sitting on my table with my laptop working away. Some people really like to not have any sound in their ears because they find it distracting. And they want to just sit in an alone place doing whatever work they have to. It also depends on the personality that that person has and the task at hand. But the bottom line is that deep working session should come every day. Deep working session should be acknowledged, and you all should develop a habit of having a deep working session every single day for your work day to be fulfilling and productive. And yes, after that deep working session ends, you can go ahead and be productive for the rest of the day still, without the guilt that you are not as productive as you were in those 2-3 hours, because you don't have to be. Your deep working session has ended, and now even though you are still productive for the rest of the day, maybe answering some mails, maybe talking to some people, maybe taking some important calls, maybe first doing some administrative tasks, let's say filling your timesheet or calling up your IT department, things like that. And when those things are taken care of, then you can go into something of a medium category, which requires a little bit more productivity than administrative tasks, and obviously a lot lesser than your deep working session. And I'm not saying please keep scrolling Instagram during that time. I am just saying that it doesn't really have to be as productive as your deep working session. Now, how does that help? How does that breaking a day into varying magnitudes of productivity help a productivity, and how it has personally helped me? It has taken the guilt and regret out of my mind that I have to keep on working for the 8 hours of the day completely productively and churning out the best result every single hour of my working day. It's humanly impossible. I'm not even aiming for that. Second, I understand that deep working session means my entire focus is going to be on the same thing. And because I don't have the responsibility of multitasking, and I don't have the responsibility of continuing the same amount of dedication for the entire day, I look forward to my deep working session. It's sort of like a meditative exercise to me. And because I know that there is going to be a definite end to that, I actually enjoy that exercise, because even though that exercise is tiring and it requires a lot of focus and dedication out of me, I know that it is not endless and it keeps me productive. Third, I always make sure that I follow my deep working session with some administrative tasks, because they are lighter and they also give you a lot of, like, a sense of achievement. Once you have filled your timesheet, maybe it takes 15 to 20 minutes, but it really gives you a sense of fulfillment because a huge administrative task is checked off your list. And let's face it, all of us, we really like to push administrative tasks as much as we can. So when those are fulfilled, we get like a boost of energy. So your deep working session is out of the way, your administrative tasks are out of the way, and hence your life is simpler. And now you can go back to your day with a medium range of productivity and hence be productive and fulfilled at the end of the day. Now, deep working session, as I said, can be scheduled and can be executed according to your work and your personality. I cannot judge and dictate that for you. But at least one thing that I would really like to suggest is never put deep working session at the end of your workday. Because what happens is, at the end of the workday, we are really tired, and hence it becomes very extremely annoying for us to work at the end of the day in that much concentration and focus that we have in the beginning of the day. However, I do understand that there are a lot of people who like to sit in the night and work and have their deep working session in the night, because then all the rest of the family members would have slept and they would have that peace and quiet of the night. That doesn't work for me, but whatever works for you, works for you. I'm just here to suggest that my deep working session has changed my life and doubled my productivity. Hope all of this works for you. I will see you guys in my next one. Till then, like, share and subscribe, and I hope you have a great day.